In our politics lead, welcome to Family Feud, House Republican edition. Republican infighting over a spending bill is on track to shut down the federal government in just 12 days. Today, the drama spilling out onto the Capitol steps.
This is not conservative republicanism. This is stupidity. You keep running lunatics, you're going to be in this position.
I don't know whether we'll have the votes or not, because I've got a lot of conservative friends who like to beat their chest and thump around going, oh, this isn't pure enough.
Those aforementioned, quote, conservative friends and, quote, lunatics are a group of hardline Republicans who are blockading a continuing resolution, that's a spending bill, brokered in part by conservative Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, which would have enough support to make it through the Senate.
Right now, my full effort is assembling a large enough coalition to defeat the Donalds continuing resolution, but we're certainly heading in that direction.
The outcome of this Republican on Republican violence is, of course, impacting you if there ends up being a government shutdown, not to mention, of course, the larger issues of deficit spending and the refusal of Congress to work constructively and in a bipartisan, bicameral fashion to steer the nation towards a sustainable budget path. But I mean, what am I talking about even? This also impacts House Speaker Kevin McCarthy because those same hardline House Republicans holding up the spending bill right now are holding Speaker McCarthy's job hostage in many ways by threatening to hold a vote to fire him from his speakership. Let's discuss all of this and more with Erick Erickson, conservative radio host. Eric, I know you want Congress to reduce spending. Do you think a government shutdown right now is the best way to do it? I guess I'm asking, are you with Byron Donalds or are you with Matt Gaetz?
You know, listen, I always like government shutdowns. I actually don't oppose them, but the Byron Donalds plan cuts government 8%, not for future growth, but actual current spending down by 8%, 1% for everywhere outside the Defense Department and Department of Veterans Affairs. That's a pretty good deal. You've got hardline Republican Congressman Chip Roy from Texas supporting the plan, the House Freedom Caucus chairman Scott Perry supporting the plan. Those two guys are two of the most conservative members of the House. So you've got a couple, though, who know there's a 4-seat majority, so they can kind of nickel and dime it. I don't know that anything they pass will actually get past the Senate, but they got to come up with something to start the process with the Senate, and this sounds like a pretty good start.
So what do you think is motivating the Matt Gaetzes of the world?
Matt Gaetz likes to be Matt Gaetz. He also was the guy who nearly forced another vote on the speaker back in January when everything was happening. He wants to look like he can get something out of this because he wants to run for governor of Florida in 2026 against Byron Donalds. So he also wants to hurt the deal because Byron might run against him. It has more to do with political performance than it does actual practical policy.
There's also this big question. Do you think Speaker McCarthy is going to survive until November 2024?
You know, I'm not a huge fan of his, but he's remarkably been able to pull a lot of rabbits out of hats nobody expected him to. I mean, he's going to get a deal one way or the other. The problem for guys like Matt Gaetz is if you can't pick up these Republicans, they start cutting a deal with the Democrats, and suddenly your real-world spending cuts of government go away.